Howdy, and good morning. Welcome back to the channel. I don't know if you saw the other video we had, but there was a red D1 that was next to the 95 long wheel or short wheelbase in Virginia that we did not pick up last time we were there. So in the spirit of things and in the spirit of no Rover left behind, we are now going back to pick it up. So follow along, and we're gonna go grab the fire red 97 Disco and bring it back to Richmond. All right, so we've returned for the red Disco. Gonna try to make a deal and drive it home. This is the same one we saw last time we picked up the 95 long wheelbase. The owner just needed to get a second car, so we couldn't take it home that day. But we liked it, had good paint, didn't have any rust, so we decided to try to make a deal and bring it back. So we'll see if it comes home with us, and if it does, if it makes it. We didn't bring any tools this time or anything, so it's gonna be kind of do or die at this point, or get AAA. But we don't have any tows left, so that's gonna be interesting. It's a long way to push it. There it is. Yeah. So I guess the next question is figuring out, is this, this truck has been repainted, but it's trying to figure out whether or not it was original color though. Yeah.
You can see the line.
Yeah. It's not far off. I think it's just probably a little more metallic on the repaint.
No,
but
I like it.
yeah. So initial impressions, got an exhaust leak right here at the flange. But other than that, it's not all too terrible. Again, it looks good. There's no rust on it. A little oily under there. Nothing visibly dripping though. No, it's got Bilsteins. There's no rust at all. Good wood, decent seats. I don't think these are the original seats. I never looked too closely at Disco seats. The bottoms look the same, but the color looks a little interesting. Radio works. Look at that, no rust. That's amazing. All right, so initial driving impression of the Disco. These 4-liters, they're got okay power, but this one feels, they're not quick. And we're hustling it up and down a kind of a mountain back road here, and it seems fine. We still have the anti-lock light on, which is probably a sensor or something. Alignment's off. But did a little suspension check over the railroad tracks. It actually feels pretty decent. It has newer Bilsteins on it. But it's not rattling or anything too bad. You can hear the antifreeze jugs in the back sloshing around. So
Brakes are soft.
yeah, you know you're in the right place. But when it comes to buying these trucks, you got to realize it has a good foundation as far as the frame. No rust on the body. Good paint. So just kind of like the last one, it's worth kind of investing a little bit of time and money into, because you'll have a finished product that isn't, a ticking time bomb or have the wrong kind of cancer. How's the temp?
It's dead middle right now.
The temp's still good.
Seems like that.
Odometer working?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, the odometer's turned.
So yeah, we'll take it back and see if we can make a deal on it. All right, well, deal's done. We're in the red D1. You can hear a little bit of that exhaust leak. We're at 50 or so now. So the biggest test right in the next 15, 20 minutes to see whether or not, how it does on the highway, whether it has death wobble or anything like that. Steering's a little bit loose, but it's tracking straight. Again, old tires need to be replaced, but it still feels fine. You know, like I said before, the driving position of these is always deceptively high. I mean, look, my knee is pretty much at the window. I never really liked how these steering wheels were laid out, but you know, as time goes on, it's still better than a lot of the newer cars you have to deal with. So, but it's actually cruising pretty well, almost around 70 right now. So it's way more of a normal car than we realized. We'll stop up here at the gas station, check the fluids. We added some antifreeze before we left, so we'll see if that's maintaining, and you know, hopefully it'll be a drama-free trip. All right, back at the gas station. Put a couple gallons in it to make sure we're getting back. Just drove 20 or so miles. Again, there really shouldn't be any major issues with this one, but and then there wasn't. You know, it cruised at 70, nice and smooth. And again, I don't really see any massive glaring problems so far. Again, I know that makes for a boring video, but at the end of the day, this was another daily driver, so it should be fairly decent. Yeah, coolant level looks about the same. It was about a quart of oil low when we picked it up, so we're just gonna add that just for insurance purposes. We'll hit the highway next. All right, back on 64. It's not mad about 75 at all. It can definitely use new tires. A little bit of vibration you can see in the window there, in the mirror. I probably shouldn't be going 75, but we're gonna reel it back in a little bit. But still, relatively smooth. I mean, a new steering shock and some tires will definitely even that out a little bit. At least give us a good baseline to inspect the rest of the front end. But it doesn't feel too bad yet. Haven't had any no death wobble yet. I'm probably cursing myself, but so far it's doing better than we did in the 95 on the same route. This road's cut pretty bad too, and it's not wandering as much either as the 95 was, so that leads us to believe that at least the bushings might be a little bit in better condition. All right, well, sorry for such a boring video. We made it back. You see the river's flooding a little bit. Yeah, boo, yeah, no crazy stories. I hit all the same bumps and ruts I did with this, and no death wobble, so that's a good starting place, suspension and bushing wise. But yeah, didn't use too much gas. We'll check the oil and everything level when we get back. But that's a wrap for that trip. And one of the prospective buyers is going to come look at it actually here in a little bit. One of our buddies you've seen before, and we'll see if he's interested in joining the Rover community and ruining the rest of his life. But yeah, it's always a good way to end things.